I have a bunch of molds that we're going to use to face this entire wall. I'm Buck, welcome to my shop. I make props and costumes and apparently castle walls. Like I said, I have a bunch of acrylic molds in varying widths and sizes that we're going to fill with an expandable foam. Never used this, have no idea if any of this is going to work, but I figure what the heck, I'll bring you along. Step one is read.
Oh, I should get glasses. I'm gonna want to read that after you.
Yep. Cure 20 minutes before handling.
Oh, nice.
So
That's one of the numbers I wanted.
we're at what? This is 3? Is that what I said? Yes.
Yes.
So we've got, it's a 1-to-1,
Does it give a percentage of expansion?
18 times.
Okay. Do you want me to fill one of these with water so we can determine the volumetric level that they have?
Do we want to start with that one, or do we want to start with this one?
We want to start with that one, but this is just 2 of these, so we'll just double it. I'll get this. Do you have a measuring cup, or you want me to just use the one inside? All right, I will fill this with water and get you
So we
a.
probably want, instead of 18 times, we go 15?
Yeah,
Let go.
I'll just fill 2. All right.
Here, take 2 in case you need it.
Okay. Until return.
Absolutely. So I have 4 of these big molds, 2 of these square molds, and 1, but it's actually 3 of the littler molds. I also picked up an extremely inexpensive set of hardwood laminate flooring to use as backer boards, and then some real cheap disposable brushes, and a bunch of grout.
This is within about 2 ounces of one. Of course, I wobbled a lot while I was trying to dump it in and pour it, but
Okay.
this is that full thing.
Right, but then we divide that by 15,
Well, yeah,
because that's what we're actually mixing.
I know, but that's a,
550, huh?
well, at least it's a nice 5 number for dividing by 15.
I mean, man.
You're gonna need your phone.
36.6 to 37, since we're rounding down anyway. That's 36. Is that milliliters? It's gonna be 370. No, that can't be right either. Because that would mean it would be, no, hold on. Could be easier. 550 divided by 2. 275 divided by 15. 19.
So 2 19s there? 19 and 19 for each, since it's a 1-to-1 mix?
Yeah, that can't be right. So if we have 550,
Mm-hmm.
19 isn't even registering here. Guess that could be 15, huh?
Yeah, because if you go down by the hundreds, from 550, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 10 slots here, so it would have to be into the first slot. You're not even registered.
Do we just try 250s and see what happens?
250s of what?
A and B,
Oh,
50 milliliters. Since she says it's 18, because I can't do 18. 18 is,
then just do 20 and 20.
do you see it?
Isn't that the line goes to?
Line goes to
Oh.
30.
Well, then you need 2 molds prepped.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. We have to dump it in, and it's going to be very little, and then it expands.
Yeah.
Wait, unless 15, right? What she said?
No, well,
Or 18?
we were gonna
So
go
if we do
to
30 and
18
30,
and a half, so yeah.
we can try one of these at 30 and 30.
We could try one of these at 30 and 30.
Okay.
I was just gonna get the 2 squares out for you.
Yeah.
Whichever one you would like to attempt. It's all gonna be a little complicated.
Yeah. That's the fun, right?
Yep. Well, we have a lot more of these big squares because, believe it or not, they're all slightly different stone shaped. None of them are the same brick facade.
Which is kind of what we wanted.
That's why I had an actual person make them.
You need to discuss it. All right, here, read that. That's
All right, if you don't mind.
No, do you want the NMSDS?
I will, but right now I want to know how to do it first.
Ooh. There's all kinds of stuff on it, so hold on.
The spring release is more caustic than the end.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got all of that.
Okay, I'll read that in a minute.
No, you read that, I'll read this. It's highly flammable. Fatal is swallowed and enter airways. Well ventilated.
I have room size ventilation requested at most.
For which one is that?
That's just the easy release.
Okay.
So the easy release says that, which is what you're reading, right?
Yeah.
It specifically has a room sized ventilation. It says a properly ventilated area, at least room sized.
So are we okay then?
This is definitely a room size.
All right.
I think this room might be room sized.
Gotcha.
Shake well before using.
Mm-hmm.
Brush roller or non-aerosol sprayer.
Think we're gonna use a brush?
Okay. It may take 3 or more applications depending on surface and degree of porosity. We don't have porosity, we have
it's zero
plastic.
porosity. It probably won't even bond to it, but I'd rather be safe than sorry.
So we won't need more than one layer.
Yeah. Have to allow it to dry completely, right?
It says let dry in the middle, so I'm gonna assume let dry. Yes, let dry. I think that's all the safety I need for the mold release. Let's move on to the Foamit Series 3.
What's a smooth on product? And they're real big about,
Making it easy and bulletproof?
yes. All right. I got his backings for square.
Need to run to the
large, and then
bandsaw?
we'll go out to the bandsaw and go through real quick.
Okay, then I will read.
Maybe. That might not fit. We'll find out.
Sorry, I had to stop and look up what tax-free time was. I mean, it makes sense, but I still wanted to verify that my concept was what it really was.
Okay.
That said, in short terms, it's just where it no longer feels sticky. Like, oh, that's a really nice definition.
Yeah. Mixing, pouring. All right.
So pot life's 1 minute, but handling is 20 minutes, so we should try and make sure it's within 5 minutes, yes?
If the pot life is 1 minute, that means it has to be mixed in a minute and then dumped in because you have 20 minutes before it's done.
Okay,
So we have 1 to 2 minutes.
okay.
Brush, right?
Brush, yes.
Probably the little one.
Well, you have a one with a longer edge to it. I didn't know if you need handle strength.
I don't know.
Okay.
I also don't know how much of this I'm supposed to use.
Well, it just does say brush on, and you're not going to need much since you're not dealing with a porous surface. So I would just put in about a ½ ounce and then just brush it around, making sure you get the corners. I mean, we are dealing with a very organic thing, but you're not going to need that much. And as you use the brush, you only need less and less.
A little bit of this stuff goes a real long way.
It has kind of a mild end dust kind of smell,
Yeah.
like liquid gold or something you would polish furniture with.
It's also a sealant. It's also a sealant, so.
Oh, that makes sense.
Which one did I do first?
This one right here on the bottom.
Alright.
I know, there's a couple on the bottom, but the one on the bottom that I put down. Well, if that extends 18 times, that'll cover the wall.
That's the goal.
As a matter of fact, I would recommend, if you had to do a lot of this, getting color coordinated cups.
I have done that before. I've also found just writing A and B on the bottom does about the same thing.
You're more organized than me.
No, the B stays over there. It's at 30, right?
I did. I have a question before you want to mix these two together, though.
What?
Then you want to dust them with mortar?
No,
Okay.
not the first one.
Okay,
This is just to get the proportions right.
all right. Well, especially if you were pouring them together.
Well, you don't want to do that. Not with a 1 minute pot time.
Now, do you set them next to each other to see if you're properly 1 to 1?
I'm probably a little low on the A.
Because you're a little low on the A.
Yeah.
And when
It
we're dealing
pours
with-
very slowly down the edge. So we're gonna need a bunch of clamps. This is gonna be a real quick process. I want one here, here, so two,
2?
and then probably 3.
Okay.
This should be exciting. I mean, do you want to dust it first? We could.
No, I would
That looks
rather
dry.
prove a concept.
That looks dry.
First. Do you want to grab one of the little ones too in case you, well, you're not going to know if you have too much until 10 minutes in.
It's gonna be dumped in, and then we're gonna walk away for 20 minutes. All right,
All right, all set up?
ready, whether we are or not. So since the A is more viscous, I'm gonna pour that in first. And just let it do its thing.
And use a different popsicle stick each time for both of them?
No. Shouldn't need it. Because that's my mixing stick now.
Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
We're ready or not, here we go.
Tip it so you have a deep end, huh?
Yep. Looks pretty uniform in color.
It does. Want me to pick it up and start swishing it?
Not yet.
Okay. Wow, that looks so little.
It does. It may be the absolute wrong amount. We are just kind of guessing.
And it's better than wasting lots and lots and lots or having a horrible failure. I may even need a brush for this.
I think it's not enough.
You are probably right.
Well,
Cover it up, see what it does.
yep. See you in 20 minutes. All right. Not quite there. We left some in the bottom of the cup, so we can see that it's still got a bit of flex to it. It's not fully cured on the bottom, but it should at least know where we're at with this. This was what, 30 and 30?
This was 20 and 20.
We don't have 20.
Oh, we don't have 20? Then you have 30 and
So
30.
that almost didn't expand almost at all.
It did to at least double.
Had to be 30 and 30.
I think we should go to 60 and 60. I don't think it'll be enough yet, but
Still not cured.
enough to take out. Well, we'll leave this one be and we move on to the next one.
Yep. Good test run. Do we do the square one at 30 and 30?
I say we do the square one at 30 and 30. Let's do the one that's really dry.
30 and 30 or 40 and 40?
We do two little ones. Maybe we can use a big backing for that. Did you want to?
I want to do a little on a brick.
Okay.
Just because I want to try the brick.
Okay. Did you want to put mold release on the back of the?
No.
Okay.
They're both very viscous.
I noticed that.
Normally one's very viscous and one's not.
Yeah, one's like oil, one's like maple syrup. Yeah.
Yeah.
$20 minutes.
20 minutes. Set an alarm for 20 minutes. This one is getting warm, whereas the other one wasn't.
Yeah.
And the more mass you have in your resin, the faster it's going to catalyze and heat up. It's an exothermic reaction. The fact that it's sticking out is kind of good. The fact that it's bubbling, I don't know about that one. But since we mixed,
Well, this one still had some stripes in it
yeah,
that's sticking out.
This
This
one
one
did.
didn't. And this one's coming out with goo, and this one's coming out with solid foam. So
So-
obviously, make sure you mix really well.
yeah. It could very well have been poor mixing. I don't think that one was.
No.
I think that one was just thin enough that it didn't have a chance to heat up properly.
And it needed more heat to make it do its
Yeah.
thing.
Because
Makes
this definitely done its thing. So I think we're gonna be
That feels like a sugar cookie.
20, 20, and 20.
This is already more solid, so.
So if we go 20, if we assume 20 per brick,
Uh-huh.
then that means this is 40, and
Okay.
then the big ones are 80.
All right. That makes perfect sense.
Now we wait and let it do its thing. This one definitely did more than the last one. I am worried it is bonded to the table.
And the clamps.
It didn't spray the table with mold release.
Sugar cookie dough.
But separated cleanly from the outside of the mold, which was not mold released.
So we just have to worry about the backer board then.
Yeah. Possibly. It's always exciting. New processes. New processes mean lots of new and interesting things. It's coming off the mold.
Well, that's the important part. We might have to use that plexiglass you had originally suggested.
Well, we don't really need it yet. So let's leave it.
Okay?
Let's, so if we're right and our math is accurate, this one should be 100% ready to go.
Yeah.
At, what did we decide?
40?
40, that's right. All right.
Do you have a marker handy? No? Okay.
Yes.
My problem was the visual last time. Why don't I just mark the 40?
Yeah. Oh, real quick. I dusted the mold with grout. I'm going to try and cold cast this one as stone. See if it works. May not. We'll find out.
It just looks like so little. Might as well use all of them, huh?
Yeah. Okay, go set an alarm.
Set timer for 20 minutes.
Let's see what we can do with this one.
Want me to try and demold the other one?
Sure.
Because I think that's more of a cleaning process than a demolding process, but I'll leave you the one that might be a success.
Seems like clear operator error on some of these. Well, we got one that came out.
Looks nice.
This one doesn't look like it's been come out either.
Another kind of mold release we can use?
This is the mold release that's designed for this product.
Okay.
This could be because it wasn't mixed very well. Could be a weird reaction with the mold itself because it's a very organic mold. I believe this feels like it was vacuum formed. There should be plenty of draft. Well, we're bubbling out of the corners on this one. So it's at least doing something.
This is still the sugar cookie, all of it.
Yeah?
None of it hardened.
Okay. I need a not a pry bar, yeah. 5-in-1.
Okay. You have your big drywall tool right over in the next room. If you want to go down the whole thing.
Not mine.
Okay.
It's their drywall tool.
I thought you had yours out to show me how to find nail screws.
Maybe.
Gotta get that corner there. Well, there's a brick.
One brick done. It's not painted, it's not ready to go, but it's done. Here, I'm gonna clean this one out.
As long as we have one good mold. You want to sit and do it, or?
Come on.
I feel like I can slowly, I don't do that so we don't scratch them.
Okay.
If you want, I mean, there's no
No,
point in you
that's
doing
fine.
that, you got other stuff to do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Waiting for this to finish doing what it's
Well,
done.
this is just kind of a, let's clean it up, let me monkey with it while you do the things. Get other things prepped. I hope the mold release and the,
And the board works.
I don't know, if you have the dust in there,
If it'll. It looks like you can almost get that whole thing out.
that's what I'm trying to do. I wanted to do as little as possible. It's almost a board, a brick. Now I gotta clean it.
Yeah. I don't know how it's gonna work with all of this, so we'll see.
Did you mold release the outside edges here?
No.
You might want to.
Okay. So that lets us know we need to mold release the whole thing.
Yeah. Because this is coming off pretty easy inside.
We also may want to acetone the whole thing first to get all the extra off.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to. Matter of fact, I just put the acetone back in the garage yesterday, so I will go get that in a minute.
Well,
Because it sounds like that's the next step.
I'm not fully demolding, I'm just taking the,
I think you should take the back off, yes.
yeah.
I agree. I don't think you should demold it yet, but you should definitely do that.
Man, like I said, I want to see if I can take the back off.
Yeah, that's
Where's
fine.
it,
Screwdriver.
yeah.
This when your mold released the board, right?
Yeah. And I just relatively pop off. Pretty okay.
Yeah, a little work is fine.
I don't know if I mold release the edges, so.
We had discussed it after you put it on there, I think.
It's got one corner to pop off. There we go. So that did not do what I was hoping it would do.
It doesn't look horrible and it didn't damage it though, so. Looks like you'd have to have a lot more in there.
Yeah. So this is the cold cast attempt. It almost worked, but not quite. Not enough that I think it's worth the effort. We'll just paint them. But the brick itself looks pretty good. It's got a lot of interesting texture to it. We'll see. On to the rest. All right, let's try this again. $75 of each. Or 65 of each, sorry. mix it until I think it's done. Then I'm going to pour it in a second cup and mix that until I think it is done. Which should ensure a relatively even mix. My audio smells. Give me a hand.
What do you need? Careful not to drip on your shoes. Oh, clamping.
Yeah.
Got it. So we can watch it happen.
Yeah. Stupid thing didn't fill all the way. Cup sure did. There and there. Can I have the
Yeah, that's what I was
cutting
coming.
It's on the floor.
Oh, it's on the floor.
Thank you. Definitely makes seeing things easier.
Hopefully there's a lack of texture in the beautiful smooth plexiglass will make the molding easier.
We shall see. Not as solid as the rest of them. I think I may need to go to 70, just so I get a little more pressure
Plus
in
you
it.
got a lot of more goo on the back too.
No,
Okay.
that's right.
Well, it looks like 65 was perfect.
You can see how it's cracking right there
Oh, yeah.
because there's not enough pressure.
All right, 70 it is. Hey, make like a handhold, put your finger.
Almost. I mean, it'll still be usable, but
Oh, yeah, it's still a brick.
it's a brick. This is the foam. I hate how this looks. This is the foam in with whatchamacallit.
To be fair,
Grout.
this one looks better.
We're getting there. With grout, I hate this one too. It's not skinning up properly. It's not. You got to mix exact with this foam at 3 stuff. This one was probably the best one so far. It's smooth. It looks okay. The edges are all ripped to heck and back. And this was the first one we did, which is still one of the best. Then it occurred to me, I can coat the entire thing in 300 and back it with foam. Way better than trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do with this foam at 3 stuff. I have not enjoyed this process in the least bit. It has been extremely unpleasant, but this I know. This is easy. This is fun.
But we're not gonna make 106 of those solid.
No, solid is way too heavy, so we're doing a shell, and then we're doing the foam inside. And that, super easy. What should we do next? Which one?
This one's prepped.
This one's prepped. And the little one?
It's prepped, but there's still shiny marks.
All right.
But your resin doesn't seem to be sticking to anything with or without release. So.
No. So yeah, the 300 is bulletproof, which is why I like using it.
And it has cleaned the molds I couldn't get clean.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to do, on this one, since I'm doing a big one in the middle, or a little one, I'm going to do 50? No, we'll go 60. 60 milliliters each. A and B.
If we run out, can I get more on Amazon, or do I have to drive to Broadview?
You gotta drive to Broadview. Well, you don't have to drive to Broadview, but it's cheaper to drive to Broadview.
Okay.
And it's not if we run out. Alright. Mix until it's clear.
You know, while they're all watching this video, I'll be making 106 of these.
Yeah. Well, no. I'm doing 8.
You want to just pour a little into that one, and I'll shake it while you shake that one. And then you don't have to go back and forth, or does it matter?
I like going back and forth
Okay.
because it thickens as it goes. So when I go to the next one, it's a little thicker. This is just the base of a coat. This is just to make sure I get all the detail. Really? I had to turn on right as I'm filming?
Yeah,
Now no one's going to be able to
super-
hear me.
Super loud heating system.
Trying to make sure I get to the edge. Skim coat. This is a skim coat. That's the phrase I'm trying to remember. And just like with all the other resin props, like the helmets and stuff, just keep moving it around until it stops moving. Probably gonna do this 2 to 3 times per mold. And then we're gonna foam it. Foam at 3 to be exact.
Foam at 3. Which is doing its job. It's
It is.
just not.
It's not producing the surface I'd like. And I was hoping.
Dementia-ridden 17-year-old cat has wandered into the room.
Yes, I was hoping using the mortar or the grout would cause it to do the thing I wanted to do.
Instead, it just made it much more difficult to clean.
Yeah, it's much harder to clean.
It looked cool.
If we put in like Smooth On makes a product called So Strong Black, which just does what it says. It turns most of their resins black.
That would have been cool. I think
Would've
that
been?
would have been exactly right, but I think this is a better choice anyways.
Because now we can paint it however we want. Don't have to worry about spray paint melting the resin.
And we have 2 bags of grout for the 2 bathrooms I'll have to do this spring.
I don't have a permit for those.
Not yet. I hear you can apply for those.
I'm just making sure I'm getting the edges, because it's really the important part. Already starting to slow down.
Do you want me to twist that one while you're doing that one?
Nope. That's it. Gonna let it cure. Do that 2 more times. Maybe a little more time. A couple more times. So this is what I've got in the end, right? It's a 300 and then the foam at 3 just to fill up the void, because I could cast the entire thing in just 300, but then it'd be super heavy and relatively expensive. Foam it just fills everything in so I can secure it to the wall. I'm gonna start with 2 coats primer. First one's gonna be black primer. I'm gonna do the whole thing in black, and then I'm gonna lightly dust it in gray to try and give it a stone-like look. These are gonna be hand painted, every single one of them. So I'm not worried about getting what it's gonna look like on the wall right now. And that gives us this. Come here, you. Look at that thing. I love this. I'm gonna go with a little bit of dry brushing on top later, just to bring out some colors, add some texture to it. But this isn't about a castle wall, by the way. I'm not. This is about the technique to get the bricks to do the castle wall. I need 103 of these, 28 of the square ones, which are half size, and then 38 of the little ones. So there's no way that that's going to be this video. This is just how I make the brick. And it's more for my reference more than anything else, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to forget a couple of years when I break one of these stupid bricks. But I'm very happy with that. It's a good start. That's kind of all we can hope for. last video of the year. It's kind of weird. Lots going on this year. Last project of the year. It's not the last video of the year. I think I'm going to do a year in review next. But if you're interested in seeing that one, it should be an interesting one. Go over everything that's happened this year, and a lot has happened this year. Thanks for making it to the end. Hope I see you next time.